What's going on, Jerome's? It's a beautiful Saturday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So, we did it. Made the trek. Saw the Oscar Meyer Wiener mobile at made the trek over to Cottage Grove Cup Foods, and the reaction was what you expect. First off, so the oldest daughter and my wife were just like, because I didn't tell them. It was a complete surprise coming out of nowhere, because it was over towards Afton, the apple orchard, but they also do like raspberries and stuff. It's like, are we going to become like labor today? Are we going to pick raspberries? What's happening? But then they're like, oh my God, you drove us all the way here to see the Wienermobile. But then they got into it, you know? And it's kind of cool because remember the Santa Claus when they said that, hey, he wanted Oscar Mayer Wiener whistle all his life? Well, the kids got them, and it was a terrible ride home. I could still, I think I have PTS from all the whistles in the backseat. There you go. But I will say this, like, what is stopping Oscar Mayer from doing a cookout at every stop, right? Just like, how hard is it to fire up the grill, toss some dogs down? It could be the Glizzy mobile. Oscar Mayer should really lean into the whole Glizzy movement. They really should. And that's how I became chief marketing officer of Oscar Mayer Wieners. C-suite at Oscar Mayer. There we go. Anyways, speaking of C-suite, so the general manager, well, not really, but yeah, this is funny. Schefter Souses. The Bears and general manager Ryan Poles have reached agreement on a contract extension that ties him to Chicago for the next 5 years. It's almost like when Chicago sold all their parking meters to Dubai. That happened. Look it up. I think it's Dubai. Yeah. Through the 2029 season. Poles had 2 years remaining on his old deal, but now the Bears have him and new head coach Ben Johnson under contract for matching 5 seasons. Wow. So it's like when, Poles was a finalist for the Vikings job before it ultimately went to Kwesi because he took the Bears job because he was scared. He was scared about success. And he wanted to go to a place where, hey, lowered expectations. I can go 15-36, never win the North, zero threat of winning the North anytime soon, and I can get extended. What a world. Only in America. That's right, man. But, hey, this is really good news for the rest of the NFC North. So, Ryan Poles back in power. Because their offensive line is going to fail. Caleb Williams is going to be J.J. McCarthy's backup in 3 years, and it's just going to be, it's okay. It's okay. Also, okay, so Diamond Dallas Turner and all the legal proceedings. Did he get scammed? What happened at the bank? $240K, all that stuff. But even though the story broke on Thursday, Diamond Dallas Turner doesn't seem too worried about it. So these were the songs on his Instagram stories, right after news broke wide, about the whole scandal and scam and stuff. But it was Notorious B.I.G., Mo Money, Mo Problems. It's got some connotations nowadays. And then also Chief Keef, Laughing to the Bank. So even though the legal affidavit and the complaints and all that stuff, like, seems pretty serious, Turner doesn't seem too worried about it. So we'll see how it all shakes out. I hope he gets his cash back, and I hope that the scammers are punished, because for a fact those scammers have gone after other like, this is not a first time offense. Like, you don't go after Dallas Turner right away. But also, like we said, people who pick on like old people, that's tough, man. That's tough. I need to find out which kid I'm going to give power of attorney to when I get older. Tell you what, it's none of the boys. But we'll find out. Yeah. Also, third team, apparently still cranking out content. I don't know. NFC North receiving leader by season the last 10 years. So 4 of the 5 years that Jefferson has been in the NFC North in the NFL, he's led. And 2023, he still had a 1,000-yard season playing only 10 games because of the hamstring pull, plus 17 different quarterbacks. So I feel like if he had stayed healthy, it'd be 5 for 5. Yeah. But some of these other names, Kenny Golladay, 2019, 1,190 yards. I mean, that was just a down year. Like 1,190 led the division. I don't know, but Galladay, he got paid by the Giants, and Kenny Galladay's Giants contract doesn't get enough credit for being one of the worst free agent contracts in history. It was bad. It was bad. Devontae, hey, I was told that Devontae's really good, so he only led the division once. Wow. Thielen 2017, respect. Jordy Nelson 2016. Hey, how come Jordy Nelson didn't sign with the Steelers yet or the Jets earlier? I don't know. He's probably on some Kansas farm working. And then Kelvin Johnson, Megatron, 1,214 yards. I never so I give Stafford credit. I'll roll with Stafford. He's a tough ass player and deservedly won Super Bowl, mainly because of Kevin O'Connell. But I mean, you had Stafford and you had Calvin Johnson, and you did nothing. You did absolutely nothing. You won one playoff game. Like Kirk Cousins has done that. I don't know, man. Like if you have a first ballot Hall of Fame receiver, you should be able to do something. That's our excuse with Kirk Cousins, but I digress. It's okay. Speaking of Jefferson, so Jefferson, I feel like if he wants to, I feel like Jefferson could be a solid coach down the line because not a lot of superstar players become good coaches. It's just usually the coaches come from lower tier players or middle of the road type guys who had to learn the game, every single facet of it to get the most out of their physical ability. Like you never see Michael Jordan like coaching a team or being a successful GM. He's just like, I don't know, go and do stuff. Or no. Or like Joe Montana. You didn't see him as a high-level head coach. Probably could have been. I guess Bart Starr, except he's a terrible head coach. Anyways, but I do think that Justin Jefferson, not only does he have all the physical tools and stuff, but I mean, he just has knowledge of the game because I feel like he could be a high-level head coach or either that or the best receiving coach in the National Football League when it's all said and done. Anyways, got lessons. Always look at the ball. I mean, the simple stuff, that you do with your dad in the backyard. It's like, watch the ball. Keep your eye on the ball, son. And it holds up. Sorry, I'm distracted. So I have the movie Great Wall on while we're doing this. How come the movie The Great Wall has Matt Damon in it? Like the two leads of The Great Wall is Matt Damon and Pedro Pascal. I don't know. The Last Samurai starring Tom Cruise. It's okay. Hey, Bo Richter got some legit aura. And I know he changed it 45. Or no, 54. 45 would almost be better. But he changed it 54 because Hargrave came in and won 98. But when he wore 98, I mean, that's almost 99. And with the elbow, so funny. Like the elbow brace, which looks like a smaller person's knee brace. I mean, it's giving J.J. Watt vibes. Like there was an aura there, right? But either way, Bo Richter, year 2, UDF at Air Force, putting in some good work. St. Charles, Illinois, the burbs of Chicago, where he's from. So he grew up in Naperville. And if you ever meet someone and they say they're from Chicago, they're probably from Naperville or Schaumburg. That's just how it is. Chicagoland area. Okay, you live an hour and a half from downtown. Anyways, but yeah, Bo Richter. I think that there's going to be some rising there because Bo Richter, year 2, Gabriel Murphy, year 2, Tyler Batty, AVG, Grenard Turner, there's some dudes there. Like it might be a situation of too much talent, but that's never a bad thing. Like the more dudes you can have that can get after the quarterback on their own steam, it's gonna be good to go. Also good to go. Singing Sam Howell, aka Korea's quarterback, put in some work here. I mean, it looks like he's playing at the Sandlot, before they cleaned it up. Either way, but definitely at OTAs, there was a noticeable zip on Howell's balls, where it's like McCarthy, Howell, Brosmer, Brett ripping ass. It's okay. Like I know that it's going to be a legit competition for quarterback too, except I think it's Howell's to lose. Like Howell has been and probably will be a decent level NFL starter. Ripping, I don't see it. Yeah, so I think as long as Howell doesn't give it away now, it's like it's going to be his job to lose. There you go. Also, speaking of Chicago, Ivan Pace Jr., so this is more the comment from Blackman. So Pace Jr. is in Chicago. He's got the photo. Apparently he's in the middle of the road. Or, I don't know, like, take a picture from the sunroof. Or maybe he has one of those self-driving cars or something. Or maybe he's a passenger. I don't know. Or maybe it's in the back of the Uber. That could make sense too. But Mekhi Blackman, get out the street. And I go like some of the random comments, like player to player, teammate to teammate, former teammate to teammate. I mean, some of the comments are just funny. And you just simple, get out the street. Where it's like, yeah, how do you get that photo? I don't know. Also, Salvation Army North is putting together a fundraiser at Omni Vikings Lakes Hotel, right next to TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill. Chris Cotta, John Randall, fundraiser dinner. Now, I would just, if I was doing a fundraiser, I would literally, I don't know what this format is, but I would literally just have like a host and just field Q&A all day for Chris Carter and John Randall, and just have them tell stories like, hey, talk about blah, blah, blah. Because I feel like Carter and Randall, former teammates, definitely both loquacious and raconteurs in their own right. I feel like you could do 24 hours of just stories and talking ball and all that stuff. That'd be good to go. So that's the 25th. What was that, 2 weeks? 1 week? Something like that. Anyways, 2 weeks. Close enough. All right. Lastly, so Viktor the Viking opened up the New York Stock Exchange on Friday. So Viktor Viking brought the energy to Medtronic's headquarters Thursday morning as the Minnesota Business Partnership virtually rung the bell to open the New York Stock Exchange. That explains why this happened. Yeah. Well, it's only down 20 points, But here's the thing. So some of you may know I work in financial services, but a lot of people, they can't handle the day-to-day swings of like day trading, or you see this too when people invested in Bitcoin or any other sort of virtual currency, which is they live and die with every day's results. And I feel like maybe it's Minnesota sports fan, maybe it's working in finance, maybe it's playing poker at a decent level. Like every single day, if you live and die by the roller coaster, it's going to provide so much stress in your life. You just need to not sweat it. Like you need to think about the long term all the time, right? And because it keeps going up, generally it's going to be trending up. Like there will be peaks, there will be valleys. And I feel like, especially if you're an athlete or a coach, they talk about even keel all the time, Joe Cool, all that stuff, but not getting too high, not getting too low, and talking about poker is like, hey, if variance and swings go your way, maybe you're a little bit of a luck box, maybe you get smacked in the face with the deck, and you think that you're the greatest thing, like you invented poker, it's gonna be bad because the swing is coming, and when you're down here and the deck is against you, and bad beat after bad beat, and just running bad, and just like, nah, don't get down on yourself. Shoot or shoot. And poker, just like life, it's very swingy. So grab on. That's right. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Saturday Vikings news up. You guys are the best to do. Skull production value.